Donald Trump is the first Republican presidential nominee to win in Wisconsin since 1984. Republican Senator Ron Johnson won re-election, and the GOP expanded majorities in the state assembly and the Senate. State Democrats are not happy with those elections results. And Tuesday, the mayor of Glendale, Brian Kennedy, said he plans to challenge Democratic Party Chair Martha Laning for her job. And Martha Laning, the chairwoman of the State Democratic Party, joins me now on Up Front. It's good to have you back on the program.
Thanks for inviting me.
So what's your reaction to being challenged by Brian Kennedy?
Well, you know, this election was shocking. Nobody, Republicans or Democrats, expected to have the results that we had. But what we're looking at is, what are we doing to keep moving forward? We knew that this was going to be a long-range plan to build the infrastructure we need. And this election really showed just how important it is to have that strong infrastructure. I have been doing listening sessions around the state, and whether I've been in Hayward or Dodgeville or right here in Milwaukee, we're hearing from the people what needs to change, and they're seeing me make the plans, put the plans in place. For instance, we're putting regional organizers all over the state of Wisconsin so we can be sure that our candidates are getting the message out to every corner of the state, and that we're creating a message that resonates with that area, which is one of the problems we had. So people are really happy with what they're hearing, and I think we'll have a good race in June.
Is it fair to blame you and party leadership for the results in November?
I think a lot of people want to point fingers. That's an easy thing to do after an election, but real leaders set out plans. And I'm traveling, 50,000 miles I put on my car all over the state of Wisconsin. And what our party leadership is seeing is that they're seeing we're making changes that are moving forward, like adding a candidate services team. We had, for the very first time, support for all legislative candidates.
So when Brian Kennedy says, look, it's all about winning races and we're not winning races, your response?
Well, I think Brian Kennedy, he's a good Democrat and he has a right to his opinion, but I think he should look at the races that he's been working on. I think the issue here is it is about winning races, but we need to be sure that candidates that we find are great candidates and that they have the support that we want. For instance, for this governor's race coming up, we've been meeting with candidates that are interested, being sure that they are getting contacts that they need, that they understand what it takes to run a good race, and that they're introduced to people that can help them do that. That shows real leadership.
I was going to say, how confident are you about your chances in 2018, especially regarding the governor's race?
I mean, let's look at the state of Wisconsin. We have had 5 straight years of below average job growth. We are 8th out of the 10 states in the Midwest. That isn't a place that Wisconsin wants to be at. We are watching our universities drop in ranking for research. We're seeing, 10,000 layoffs occurred in 2015. That was the highest layoffs that we had seen in a long time. These are things that are really hurting American people, and they're hurting Wisconsinites. And when I'm traveling all over the state, people are feeling left behind. They feel like nobody cares about them. Right now, the Republicans are in total control here, and I think in 2018, voters will clearly see that Democrats have an agenda that can turn things around. Tammy Baldwin and our legislators here in the state of Wisconsin want to build an economy that works for everyone, and we'll see some good wins in 2018.
Briefly, why didn't people see that the Democratic message was, in your opinion, better for them? Why was there that disconnect in this most recent election cycle?
There were so many things that happened, and I think, this was the most unusual election we've ever seen, and we expected to win. But when we're going out and talking to people, it really feels like they agreed, but they didn't feel like the message was getting to them. We didn't have enough literature going out and telling people how we were going to really make their life better. And that's what we need to do to build a stronger party, so that we can ensure as a party that we're going to get into every community and tell them that if you're concerned about jobs, Hillary Clinton had a plan to build jobs right here in Wisconsin, while Donald Trump didn't. And we need to do a better job of getting that message out.
Very briefly, would have been helpful if she visited the state, would it have not?
I would have loved to have Hillary Clinton. Yeah. I would have loved to have the president and Michelle come here every day. But again, it's my job as the chair to be sure that we're doing other things that are going to ensure that we have a win.
Martha Laning is the chairwoman of the Wisconsin Democratic Party. She'll be running for re-election in June, I believe.
I will. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much for being with us. Do you think we need a state education board to oversee the state school superintendent? One of the candidates challenging Tony Evers for his job is calling for one. You can read more about John Humphrey's plan on the election blog of our editorial partner, WisPolitics.com. Coming up next, giving people hope and opportunity, the new plan to develop Wisconsin's workforce, how the governor wants to get people training and jobs who traditionally haven't had them.